Hi guys, welcome to today's video, and today I am going to be playing around with some makeup brushes, and we're going to be testing out the Brushmaster 12-piece professional brush set. So if you want to see my thoughts on this, just keep watching. So I do want to let you know that this set of makeup brushes was sent to me by Brushmaster. This is not a sponsored video. These were just sent to me at no charge for me to try out and share my thoughts with you. So this is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I've actually been playing around with these for a couple of days. Some of them I filmed, some of them I haven't filmed, but this will just give you a good idea of what my thoughts are on the set. So for starters, you get this beautiful, nice little case to carry everything in. It's very, very soft. And when you untie this, you've got all of the brushes on the inside. They are beautiful rose gold, and this is what they look like. The case I'm very impressed with. Normally when you have this little flap, it's very, very stiff and almost impossible for you to keep out of your way. But this one's very soft and just allows you to keep that back and out of your way. These are not held in place with elastic. They're just little individual slots. And again, these are all everything's just very soft on this. So it's a very well made case. But let's go over all of the brushes individually. I'm going to insert some video here of me opening up the actual brush set and kind of looking at everything. And that way we can go over those individually. All right, this is what the package looks like when you receive your Brushmaster brushes. And inside there's a beautiful leather case that is just so soft and very well padded along the outside. I love the fact of just how soft that flap is, because a lot of times those are just so stiff and it's impossible to keep open to gain access to your brushes. And again, even the slots that the brushes slide into are just very, very soft. So really, this has moved into my top brush carrying case now. And then the brushes themselves are also packaged inside this plastic sleeve, which helps the bristles from getting bent or damaged. Each brush has a plastic covering along the handle, and then the larger brushes have that mesh that goes over the bristles and the ferrules on it so that they maintain their shape. So let me just get all of these unwrapped so you can see what they look like. The smaller brushes have a plastic tubing that goes around them to, again, keep them from losing their shape while they are being sent to you. Although each individual brush does not have a name as to what its intended use is for, the back of the box does indeed have that. And before I started using any of the brushes, I just wanted to give you a quick close-up of them so you can see what they look like straight out of the packaging. I really do love the rose gold color on them, and I also really like that the handles on them have texture, so again, they're much easier to grip as well as clean, and they also don't show any fingerprints. And again, here is a quick close-up of the Brushmaster 12-piece brush set. All right, now that you've seen how they were packaged, I want to take a look at all of them close up and just kind of go over each individual brush. The first one we're going to start off with is called their Flawless Blush Brush. This one's got a very unique shape to it. These bristles here, the longer ones, are extremely soft, very, very soft. Not very densely packed, but that is great the way they designed this. And then you've got this dip down, and these brushes are more firm, or the bristles, I should say, are firmer as you get down to this part. So it goes from firm to soft as you go. And then this is just designed to go in and just contour right to your face. So you can use this for blush, you can use it for your bronzer, but it just has this perfect little curve. I like to take this end here and dip that into my contour. And then I can just easily go along and get a nice sharp edge to contour. And then the way that these go from being so soft to hard, it's almost like having a stippling brush, but instead of having the different lengths in it, it goes just in this shape. So it allows you to get in there and really buff everything in. So this is a unique brush, but it works. It works really, really well. The next one they call their Essential Blusher. This is not perfectly round. I should start showing you this angle here. So it's more oblong, but again, very, very soft and just got a nice dome to it. All of the brushes, or the bristles in them, are very high quality. I haven't had any fallout whatsoever, but this is just great to get in there and do your blush right on the apples of your cheeks. So very happy with this. You could use this for any type of powder as well. I think it's a great size to go in and just do any type of a powder product on there. This next one is their Buffing Foundation. It's got an odd shape to it. So it's angled like so, but it also, it's hard to describe. I think if I looked at it straight on. So it's not round at the top, it's oblong, as you can see. Go that way, you can still see it's oblong, but it's got that angle to it. It's not as densely packed as I do like my kabuki brushes for doing powder or doing foundation. So I had a little bit of issues with this. I've tried it with a couple of different foundations. It does a great job, but I have some that are more densely packed, and that's the way I like my foundation brushes. So I could definitely use this for other products. I could go in and use it for contouring or powders or anything like that. But as far as foundation goes, just wasn't a fan of using this as a foundation brush. So definitely other uses for it. Then this one is their Silky Foundation Brush. This one I would use to just go ahead and apply foundation. I wouldn't use it to blend it out. I never have cared for these types to blend out anything. You could also use this to apply any of your mask products at all. You could use it to apply your primer. So you could get a lot of uses out of this. Me personally, I just don't find that these are great for blending out your foundation. But applying them, yes. Then we have their Concealer Brush, which I really do like this one. This has done a great job of getting in and just buffing out my concealer once I get it applied, and I think it does an excellent job. It's nice and soft, and I like the fact that it's got that tapered into it, because that really allows you to get up into all the little nooks and crannies and get that buffed in. So this one is definitely a keeper. One, they call it their highlighting brush. And I'm going to show you just kind of a difference. So this is what they call their highlighting brush. It's got the angle to it. This is what I think of when I think of a highlighting brush. So this is my Luxie, and this is their tapered highlighting brush. So you can see the size is quite a bit different. The angles on it are quite a bit different. This is great for doing highlighting like down the bridge of your nose or maybe in the inner corner of your eye. I actually like it better to apply for my eyeshadow. So I love angled brushes and do the all over the lid color. So I think this would be better suited to be, or at least for me, again, these are my opinions, an eyeshadow brush and not a highlighter brush, which I did try. You'll see, I tried to use this as a highlighter, but didn't quite work out that way. All right, moving on, and we go to, and by the way, they have a typo on their box. I'll show you. Their box does actually list all of the different brushes and what their uses are for them. And when we get to highlight right here, hopefully you can see this and it will focus. They did a little misspelling on the word highlight. So that's just something I picked up when I was looking at them all. All right, so after the highlighter brush, the next one we have is the Flawless All Over Brush. And this is a little bit of a rounded tip to it. It's oval shape when you look at the end of it. So not round. None of their eyeshadow brushes are round. They're all oval shaped. So that is one downfall, one thing I don't care for. I do like some of them to be round, but this is just great to get in there and put eyeshadow all over your entire lid. You could use this also for getting in there and buffing out contour. So all kinds of uses you could do for that one. The next one is very similar in shape is just a little bit smaller, and that's this one here. So we're going down in size, and this is the smooth, smooth shadow one, sorry. So this one has a little bit more of a dome on it. Again, it's got that oval shape to it, but just a little bit more firmly packed. Next one is the small shadow. I'm going to start holding these up next to each other so you can kind of see. These actually look very, very similar to each other. This one is a little bit softer and less dense than the other one. So moving on. Then we go to, we call this one the eyeliner. So this one is very short bristled, very dense. Again, it has that oval shape going on. And what I actually like this one for was doing my nose contour. It was great to get in there and do that. Very, very soft, yet it's got enough bristles that you don't leave such a stark line going down there. And then you can easily just buff that out. The other thing I haven't touched on is the whole design that they have going here. This is textured. I'm hoping you can see that on there. Hold still. So it really gives you something to get a grip and hold onto. It does not name what each one of the brushes are on it. However, it does have the name of the company on them. And I do wish they would have put what these all were for. I always want brushes to say that. That doesn't mean that you have to use them for what it says is on there, but it's a great idea to give you an idea of what they're meant for. All right, we've got two more to go. This one is their lip brush. And I don't use it as a lip brush. I used it for flat all over the eyelid brush to get in there and do my eyelids. And then the last one is their angled liner, which I really like this one. It's dense enough that it holds and helps you get a good precise line, but it's not so hard that it actually hurts, because I've had some that are just so soft that you go ahead and you try and put your powder on and it just like melts and it doesn't hold the shape, so you don't get that precise line. And I've had other ones that are so hard that they just about stick you in the eye. So this is just a perfect combination of them. You could also use this to do your brows. You could do this, for lips. Lots of uses out of these as well. So 12 brushes. What do I think about them? I think they're great. I really enjoy them. However, if I had my wish, there's 5 brushes I wish would have been added to this. One would be a brush like this, where you can go ahead and do your comb out your lashes, your brows, and then have a spoolie on the other end, which I have little hair sticking out of it. But to have a spoolie. So I do miss having a tool like this in the brush kit. I wish there was a regular highlighter brush, because I like to get in there and really do a good highlighter. I just don't want to do a teeny little section. I want to be able to get in there and then buff it all out really well. I also wish there was a rounded dome one, like so. This is one of my Morphe brushes. But I like that shape to really get in there and be detailed and get right into that crease. So having that pointed tapered end is just really helpful. I wish there was a smaller tapered brush to also get a little bit further detailed in there. And then last but not least, just a regular pencil brush. One that has a taper to it, so you can actually get underneath the eyes, buff that out really well. So those are just a few things I felt were missing from the kit. But for the 12 brushes that you get, I think they're awesome quality. I've washed them with no problems. I haven't had any bristles fall out of anything. I think they're super soft. They're just the right consistency. They're well made. And I love the rose gold color on them. I love having texture to hold on to them. Again, I wish that more manufacturers would put what the name of the brush is actually on the brush itself, but it's kind of a half and half. Some companies do, some companies don't. So it's just something I miss. I do like the fact that they tell you on the box, but honestly, this is going to get trashed, so I'm not going to even have a little card that I can remember what they are, because otherwise I have to hold on to this. And I really love the quality of this case. I think that out of all of the brush cases that I've ever got, this is the best quality one I've ever got. It's just nice and soft. It's not stiff and hard to use, so really appreciate that. So I'm going to leave you a link down below if you're interested in getting this brush set. And then also I'll leave a link to their store because they have a lot of different types of brush sets as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. Hit that notification bell as well so you'll be notified when I do upload new videos. And as always, you guys, I love you. Bye-bye.